It's
It was good, fam. We got sweet talks. House up 18. We're at it again. We got a man in the building that we will find out if you will be the Canadian that wins. Tell him who you are and you're going up against.
Vin, the Mercenary Tracy, Vince Tracy. Yeah, I'm finally making my way down to the lightweight division, and we're gonna see who the King of Canada is here.
I love that. And we're going to spell king with a C now.
I like that.
King of Canada. Dude, so you've been through medicals
Yes.
and everything is all good. It's just a matter of, it's kind of a formality now until you get up there.
Yeah, it's more or less, yeah, just making weight, making sure I'm on point, and I want to make 155. I want to make championship weight, just to show everybody that, hey, I'm here and I'm making weight. And you know, it was a fluke the last time around. We had some injuries, we had some stuff come up in the camp, which, I mean, it's a part of the fight life. Like, you know, people need to understand that there's a lot that goes on in our day-to-day lives that impact how we train and what happens. And unfortunately, it just, the cards fell where they laid, and I had to do what I had to do. So here we are, and we're not making any mistakes this time around.
No, I love it, man. It always makes me laugh, like when somebody's watching a MMA fight or whatever, and the guy that loses, they like trash him, and it's like, what are you talking about? The man took 6 weeks of his life to be a monster. It just wasn't his night.
Yeah.
So to knock someone for not eating weight or something like that, it's like fair, but like you probably are the person that will never go through it.
Well, and that's just it. They don't understand the full extent of, you know, how extreme some of the weight cuts can be too, and other things, right? Like I definitely, the time frame that I had for this fight compared to my last fight was a lot different as well. So it's all the little factors that add up and play into it, right? So I mean, again, when you're only a fan, you don't understand, you know, what happens behind the scenes. So I get it, and I mean, I took my criticism, and it is what it is. I missed weight, and you know, any man should accept, you know, when you're wrong, you got to admit, and you got to move on.
Yeah.
But in order to move on, you got to progress, and you know, it's not a mistake unless you do progress. So this is my coming out party and saying, hey, I'm here, lightweights. We finally made it, and you all in trouble.
Well, common son. No, dude, are you sleeping okay recently?
Yes.
With the new edition and all that?
So man, this is the most incredible baby. We got so lucky with this one. My other two boys, I mean, they were up all night long, like, you know what I mean, like with the females.
Yes.
I mean, she's still up, but she's fussy. She's not a crier. So it's kind of nice that I consider, I literally, that's why I've been saying, like, she's an angel. Like, me and my wife are like, this is incredible. Like, and we thought maybe it's just a honeymoon phase, you know what I mean? It's the first
that could be real.
couple days, right?
Yeah.
And it ended up, no, it's, she's just been doing that. Even for my wife, and I was stressed coming out here. I'm like, man, it's
well, the timing of it was kind of nuts.
Yeah, literally. Like, and I mean, like her due date was like, we had like 2 weeks, and we're thinking, oh, 2 weeks before a fight, like we'll have enough of a transitional period, we'll be able to get through a lot of the stuff. And then all of a sudden, you know, week gets here, and I'm like, her due date passes, and we're okay, you know, we're gonna have to induce you if worse comes to, and we go full term. And we were basically there, and all of a sudden she decided to make her appearance. So it was a stressful time.
You didn't have enough to make you nerve wracked. You got this thing coming at you, man.
That's like get on stage is gonna be a breeze. Like,
I was like, yo, man, slapping's easy.
Yeah. After all we've been through the last couple of weeks, no, it really will be. You know what I mean? And it'll be a little bit of a release, I think, too. So that'll be nice to get up there and make a point knowing that, hey, I made weight, and enough of this jibber jabber talking. It's, you know, I'm here and I'm here to stay.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna make some noise. That's for sure.
Is it something that so with all your kids and wifey, do you like it if they come out and watch you do things like Power Stop Live, or does that bring more pressure?
I think it would be more of a distraction.
More of a distraction.
Like I've said it to my wife, I want her there when I fight for the belt. Like when I went out.
But other than that,
I mean, again, it's up to her too, right? Like, I mean, if we could bring someone out to give her a hand, like that's the thing, is I have to focus on what I need to do, cutting weight. We have a lot of media obligations. We have a lot of stuff that we could do behind the scenes to get ready for the fight too. So, I mean, this is work for me. This isn't a vacation, where I feel like if the kids were here and the wife was here, it'd be more vacation, right? So I want to be as locked in as possible. I'm here to win. That's all I think about. That's all I want to do. Like, nothing else crosses my mind. And I feel like everybody should be in that mindset, right? And I see guys that bring their kids and stuff like that, and you know, they don't have a great performance, and I'm like, well, you know, that could play into a factor, especially with a newborn. Like a newborn, I wouldn't have brought her out.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be getting any sleep, and I mean, I may as well just sign my death warrant. You know what I mean?
No, I respect that, man. I think so. You know, when we first did Sweet Talks however long ago, The first person I would say was a business trip was Wes Mena. And I think a lot of guys have that mentality. The ones that are the ones that are still here, if that makes sense.
Well, and that's just it. Like and I've seen that. I've seen where people are just kind of take it. Oh, I'm here, and I'm a celebrity. I'm going to be the next big thing, and then they don't put any effort into the performance, and it shows when they go on stage. And then there's the guys that are working day in and day out, and they're still here, and they're making noise. Whether they win or lose, they're still making noise, and they're still doing really good.
Yeah.
And that's what they want. They want professionals. They don't want guys that are
They don't want this to be a tent pole thing.
like an average Joe can walk in and you just do this, right? Like they want it to be like, okay, no, you have to actually train first. Yes, you may not need to put in like MMA experience where it's like 14 years of learning
Right.
every different technique and different styles and all the rest of it. Where you put it in 2-3 years and become a professional in this sport, or maybe even a year if you had the right guidance, right? So I think that's where things are going, and it definitely seems that direction for me, anyways.
Yeah, no, it totally does. It's a topic that comes up quite a bit lately because we're literally seeing in real time the transition of okay, who actually is taking it serious, and it's good for the competitor. It's good for the sport too because if we get some big name wrestler, I guess maybe chip up, but if like Brock Lesnar says I want to do power slap, like okay, cool, but like what's interesting is if he can take a slap or not. Well, and it's not just like the Hulk smash. It's like, okay, you got to line some shit up here. You know what I mean? And it's good for the sport to see that progress because the guys that take it serious, they deserve to be up there. They deserve the payday and they deserve the whatever accomplishment or clout that comes with it, as opposed to someone's like, oh, I can slap somebody and get out.
Well, yeah, and then that's just it. I feel like at the beginning, there's a lot of guys that were just coming off the couch kind of thing. And,
but
literally the way. And I mean, and I like even when they started, like, I don't think they knew what kind of direction it was gonna take.
It's
I mean,
interesting.
we've seen so many different types of athletes. We've seen like MMA athletes. We've seen wrestlers now. We've seen tons of football guys. Bodybuilders or powerlifters. We've seen security guards, like those kind of guys. So you know what I mean? So we've seen almost every aspect of male in different athletic or I guess athletic sports, really. I mean, and it's funny because like every sport has their guys that can take the shot and guys that can't, right? So it's just I think it's a certain type of person they really at the end of the day that now they're looking for, like, and they have a really good grasp on who those people are, more or less.
No, absolutely, man. And I think I've been saying all day yesterday and all day today. But what I love about slap is you will find out, man. Like, you can't avoid it. And I think it's part of the big intrigue about it. Yeah, people say it's a whatever sideshow or whatever, but once you kind of get past that a little bit, you're like, oh, we're gonna see who's got the shits, who's got the stones. You know what I'm saying?
It really is like the competition of the last man standing.
It totally is.
I'm gonna hit you, you're gonna hit me, and we want to see who has it that night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we've even seen with the rematches, like any given night could be any given guy's night. So it's like if you can help yourself and give yourself the edge or in any aspect that you can going into that fight, you got it. Because it's like at the end of the day, you don't know what's going to happen up there, and that even for us, I mean, that's the biggest anticipation is you really don't know how your body's going to take that first shot. How you're feeling when you get up on stage, and then if like can you keep, like I always like to say, like I like to keep myself like reading that happy spot, like that happy medium. Like you don't want to be adrenaline and like spiking like crazy and going wild. And you don't want to be too low and too calm and collected.
Get there.
But that's the stick. So like if I'm too calm and collected when I'm walking out, you'll see me like I'll do like a war cry or something. I'll yell, woo, or something. Like I'll do something to get me up into that. Now my adrenaline's starting to peak again. If my adrenaline's going too much and I kind of I'm got the jitters, the shakes a little bit, then I'll kind of try to go, okay, calm it down. Like then I'll start talking to myself in my head. Okay, you've been here before. You put the training in. Those little things, like reassure myself that you know what you're doing. You've been here before. There's nothing to worry about. Let's bring it back down. You know what I mean? So it's that happy medium.
So that's happening literally clear up until you
milliseconds. Like your brain's going constantly. Okay, I want to be entertaining the crowd, but I also want to, I also don't want to get myself too fired up or lose too much energy. Because I mean, you're using energy to absorb those strikes, and you're using energy to slap people. I mean, we're not going like MMA style or boxing where it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
You're exerting a ton of energy. But you still want to, be that happy balance and make sure your body's ready. Like you don't want to, do a backflip before it or something like that, and hurt your leg or something like that, and then all of a sudden now your stabilizing muscles a little off when you get slapped, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta be smart about it, right?
No, you definitely do. Sorry, this is kind of a tangent, but when you said that, that made me think of, did you see Johnny Walker when he fell and he knocked himself out?
Oh yes, that's like, but those are this kind of things. Like, and how many guys have we seen in the MMA doing backflips and they're pulling
Yeah,
rupturing
GSP, now a couple of them.
yeah, rupturing an ankle or something like that because your Achilles, because you did a backflip after the fight. You didn't even get hurt during the fight, but you got hurt after the fight. Like that's a little bit embarrassing.
It's a little embarrassing, but it ties into what you're saying. Like, okay, that's too amped.
Yes,
You need to get that sweet spot. Yeah.
Mind you, I guess after the fight, it doesn't really much matter. But I mean, yeah, I didn't want to do that beforehand and mess myself up or not be in
For sure.
the right headspace or whatever it may be, right?
So they just announced the next card already. Literally next month. If this goes the way you want it to, you get you're the king of Canada, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you want to be immediately next on the next card? Or do you want to take a minute to see if maybe you get closer to, a higher ranked guy or a title shot or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, if I do quick work, I think a title shot's coming up like soon. I mean, whenever they offer me, I'm ready for it.
Like when I interviewed Cole, I got some shit for it, but in a good way. It was like,
yeah,
intense or whatever. But he threw me off because like, well, dude, who's next? Like, and he was explaining how, well, I'll think about Anthony. These are my reasons why. And I'll think about this person. These are my reasons why. And he goes, well, you tell me somebody. And they caught me off guard. So I was like, fuck it, let's pull up the rankings. So we pulled the rankings and I literally said your name. I said, what about Vince?
Yeah.
He's been on a tear. He's doing these things. And so if I'm noticing that and thinking about that, you got to think that maybe it is very close.
Oh, I would imagine. Yeah. Like, and I'm sure I'm sure that this one would be a contender match. I mean, he's number 2. I'm number 1. I mean, who else in that lightweight division is there to fight, really? You know what I mean? And even me stepping away from welterweight, like I was kind of making my moves, and like it could have very easily, like if Cole, like I mean, I called Cole out before or when I knocked out Tyler. Like I pulled up because I said
about that.
I said he was the dark horse of the division. I said,
yes, I did. It's all coming back to me, Celine. Yeah.
I mean, if I can get through Cole, I knew I could beat Anthony. And so that was my thought process. So like, that's why I called him out. And then of course, then that title fight happened and Cole won it. I mean, and that was a great match. And I thought to myself, I'm like, man, was I ever right about that one? If I would have got through Cole, I would have, like the Blackburn fight would have been a hell of a lot easier than I would have thought. And I thought that Blackburn was going to win that. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was close, but like Cole definitely.
Well, Blackburn was bringing, so like Blackburn, Ron, and Damien, they're like the first initial, like they went on tears.
Yes.
And so I think a lot of people had that same mentality.
And that's the state. And, but again, like every streak's got to come to an end eventually.
Sure.
So it's like, and I thought, with that, everything that Blackburn was doing with his camp and stuff like that, it looked good. So it's like, you know what I mean? But who knows what, everybody's got personal stuff too that happens and stuff. So, but if they ran it back again for the trilogy, who knows? Like, Blackburn could take it again kind of thing. Right?
Yeah. So real bad. Do you think they needed more, for lack of a better term, man, like they needed more faces in that weight division? So they move you and they do all these other things to like, because you got Trujillo, right? And like, look, no offense, fan, but like, you got Trujillo. He went to 2 rounds with Dakota. Yeah. And then it's like, well, now what? So then they just bring in,
Yeah. Well, and I think maybe that was me, like, bringing me down. Because I kept saying, like, well, I really want title shot. I really want title shot.
Yeah.
I'm here to fight for a belt. Like, you know what I mean? And so they were like, well, if you go down, well, maybe you can get a quicker path to that, more or less, because it was, like the depth, like the welterweight,
the depth just wasn't there.
Yeah, like for the lightweights, it really is. Like, I mean,
it's just not
like Collins coming in.
Like a spade is a spade. Like all those guys are dogs that are in there. No one's saying that they're not. But like after the second go around with Dakota, there really was a moment of pause of like, okay, well then who's next for Raw?
Well, and then you have Josh that refused to fight and it got released because of it. And then I mean, like we haven't seen much from Riley lately. I just like we haven't heard or seen much from him. He doesn't. I don't know if he's still interested or what the deal is with that. I hope he's still, because
talk to him.
Yeah, because like honestly, like I enjoy watching him fight. I really do. Like,
personality.
yeah, and then like he's been on both sides of it, right? I mean, he's had an incredible knockout against Frank, and then he's been on a devastating knockout against.
It's too bad that Frank has been seen in the map that much because he's such a personality.
Well, and
Like he's good for the sport, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, and I think that's why like another guy that can make some noise, and like I think a lot of people sleep on him. I know a lot of guys are calling him out right now,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
and he won't say no.
I know he won't. He's a dog through and through. And I mean, he talks the walk, and he's his own dude.
I love the Frank man because he just is who he is.
That's his thing.
Everyone can fuck off.
And I like that's why I love him. Is for that, like what you see is what you get, and that he's my kind of people. You know what I mean? Very, very authentic. You know?
Yeah, authentic. That's the word. Yeah. Well, man, I think, look, it's coming. We will find out, and I'm excited for you, man. Like, because you know, it's funny. I was just talking to Logan, and he's kind of queued up to where it doesn't. It matters the outcome for sure, but no matter what the outcome is, he's kind of lined up to have a match pretty quickly. You know, in my opinion, just because of the storylines and the back and forth with Crazy and things like that.
Well, yeah, the division's moving right now.
And but with you, it's similar. He's kind of lining up to go how it's going to go. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's how I feel. I feel like if everything goes my way and I put on a crazy performance, yeah, you may see me in April right after. I mean, that's the hope. I mean, we'll see. Like, I'll have to still go home, talk to wife, see how everything's going.
Yeah.
We're still making the transitional period, so maybe a month may be too soon. But I mean, honestly, at this point, like I said, I'm ready. I'm on weight. I'd rather wait 1 month or 4 weeks and fight than wait
100%.
6 weeks or.
Because when you guys have to wait 6 months or longer, or a year or two,
Yeah,
that's gotta be a nightmare.
Well, and you sometimes you don't know when that call's coming, and the last thing I want is have to wait 6 months, wait around for Robert or something like that. Like I want to go when I'm ready to go, kind of thing. So, and I would imagine at this point Robert's ready to go. I mean, when was the last time you saw him?
Was been sitting for too long. The champ.
New Orleans was the last time.
It was no.
Yeah.
That's when he did the dance. And I'm like,
the TikTok dance. That's right. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's almost been what 9 months now. So it's almost coming up on 8, 9 months, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So he's due. So I'd imagine if this is a quick show out and maybe see me in April. And that was Vegas, right?
Yeah, Vegas. Vegas.
Oh yeah, that's WrestleMania.
It's WrestleMania week. Yeah.
Oh, that'll be fun then.
That'd be way fun. Yeah. Book the hotels now, fam.
Yeah, it's going to be busy. Take a suit.
Exactly. Well, dude, thank you so much for coming up.
Thank you for
It's good to like see you in person, talk to you in person.
But we finally made the time. I know I've been so busy, and you've been reaching out.
I felt that good, man. And sometimes the Wi-Fi says screw off. You know.
Well, yeah, like, I don't know what was going on with the app or whatever.
Yeah, but we did it.
Yeah, that's just it. Yeah.
Where can everyone follow you on social media and follow this whole journey that you're going on?
So on Instagram, it's Vin the Mercenary. On Facebook, Vince Tracy. But yeah, I appreciate all the support, guys, and all the love I've gotten over this camp. It's been incredible, and like all the shout outs to my family and stuff like that made this possible. Because I mean, without everybody, me being here is very much not possible. So thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you, brother. Thanks for coming on.